Hey, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today on this pivotal webinar. So today I promise to reveal a powerful strategy to you guys that will not only allow you to eliminate debt, but also build substantial wealth. And here's the best part, all without needing to change your current lifestyle, your current income, or even increase your current monthly expenses. Okay. And soon you will see how this strategy can be a key or the key to unlocking financial freedom in your life. So if you stay with us till the end, I promise to provide you with a free tool that is designed to help you immediately start applying what you learn here today. This tool has been a game changer for many in our program. I promise it will be well worth your time. And for those of you feeling stuck in your financial journey or just maybe skeptical about finding a new solution to old problems, you'll want to pay close attention to what we're discussing today because it's not your typical financial advice. It is a very new, innovative approach, but it has been around for over 100 years and it has transformed countless lives of individuals all over the world. It is time to challenge what you think you know about wealth building, about debt elimination, about money, and just finance in general. So we are indoctrinated from a very young age to believe that a very specific set of criteria when it comes to our finances, when it comes to money. And that starts pretty much in kindergarten and all the way through adulthood. And many times, a lot of adults, they never really stray from the status quo or buck the system. They just kind of follow the rules and do what they're told, what they feel like they're supposed to do. And it's not your fault. It's if you are where you're at. A lot of times we're just doing what our parents did, what we've been told to do and taught. And there's not a lot of people that talk about alternative solutions like this. But this, like I said, so I just challenge you to have an open mind, take some notes, pay attention, and really try to get something out of it because what we're going to share with you today, it truly does have the power to change your life financially and in other ways as well. Super powerful, and I'm very excited to show it to you. So like I said, stick around, pay attention, and I think you're really going to get a lot out of it. So my name is Derek Pasalacqua. I am the founder and CEO of Legacy Guard Financial Group. And over the past decade, I've dedicated myself to helping people navigate their financial challenges and discover new innovative solutions that actually work. I've seen firsthand how the right strategies can truly change lives. And that's what I'm here to share with you today. So I want you to do something for me real quick. I want you to take a moment to imagine what your life could look like, what it could be like if you were completely out of debt. And I mean within just a few short years, not 10, 15, 20 years, but like 3 to 5. You're completely out of debt. Think about just the extra cash flow alone that would free up for you personally. The opportunities that could potentially open up that you'd be able to finally take advantage of that you just simply are unable to now. How would it feel to have a proven plan in place that's not affected by the ups and downs of the economy or the stock market, right? I know right now it can seem like we're in some uncertain times. So like the peace of mind of not having to feel like you're gambling just to be able to retire one day, hopefully. And hoping that taxes don't go up too much and don't erode too much of your wealth. So just the peace of mind that would come with a plan, if it was possible to put a strategy in place, if there was something out there that we could put in place that was able to deliver consistent, reliable, and proven results time and time and time again on a very consistent, regular basis with zero risk or zero fluctuations due to what the stock market's doing, what the economy's doing, what interest rates are doing, the housing market's doing, all of this stuff. What if that could be a non-factor for you? How would that change your life? And again, I know some of this may even sound kind of crazy, but like I said, keep an open mind and stay with me the best you can, because the best is yet to come. And I'm super excited about what we got to share with you right now. So, because I want you to know that this isn't just a dream. It can honestly be your reality. And today I'm going to show you how. So I want to share with you the one thing that I believe is the ultimate game changer for anyone looking to become debt-free and build wealth without altering their lifestyle at all. Okay, that one thing is using a unique financial strategy as your personal bank. So it's taking back control of the banking function of your life from the banks, from the creditors, and you taking it back in control. So you're the one in control, calling the shots, and not them. They're not the ones that are able to continuously control your life anymore. Okay, so this isn't just another financial tool. It's a powerful strategy that can literally transform your financial future. And I want to take just a moment to share why I am so passionate about this, because I'm fired up. You can see that I'm fired up. So I want you to understand like why I believe so deeply in what I'm talking about. So just a few short years ago, and I mean less than 10 years ago, I was just like many Americans are right now today, struggling with debt, feeling financial freedom was literally a distant dream for me. And through my time in the financial industry, I was very fortunate. And I came across several things. And basically what I was doing was testing the different things out. I wanted to see what worked and what didn't, what was real, what wasn't. And so I just personally used myself as the guinea pig and just started to test stuff out and just see, does this work? Does this work? Is this real? Is this, and just so on and so forth. And finally, I came across something that had some substance to it. And it was, honestly, it was a revolutionary approach, a concept that not only allowed me to control my financial future, but also allowed me to help others. And this is the most important part for me personally, because it didn't just change my life, but it actually allowed me to change the life of hundreds, if not thousands, of other people as well. And it's the cornerstone of the approach that we teach today. So I took the best parts of the original strategy that I learned and the best parts of a few other things that work, just different tools, resources, and I put them all together to create what we help people do today. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. So many of you may believe that using a strategy like this is just too complex. It's only for the financial savvy. And I just want to debunk that today, because this approach is absolutely accessible and manageable for almost anyone. It empowers you to leverage your own money in ways that traditional banking cannot allow you to do, all while maintaining simplicity and transparency. So imagine having the ability to take out and having access to capital, okay, and anytime you needed it. And then imagine this. I know this will sound crazy, but just bear with me here. Imagine, what if you could have access to capital, okay, but as you access that capital, it continues to grow as if you never touched it. And it grows, and just not only grows, but grows and compounds year over year over year as if you never touched it, literally allowing your dollar, the same dollar, to be in two places at the exact same time. I mean, when I first heard about this, I thought it was BS, honestly. I thought there's no way. If this was real, I would have heard about it. The fact is, it actually is real, and a lot of people have heard about it. This is something that the wealthy have been using for over 100 years to control money and alleviate their tax burden and build their wealth. And now it's available to everyday people just like me and you. And so it's very, very powerful, and it puts the control back in your hands, takes it from the banks, takes it from the creditors, and gives it back to you. And that's what's most important. So this is how the wealthy have been leveraging their money for decades, like I said, centuries. And in my opinion, it's time that you have that same power. So next, it's common to doubt your ability to manage your own finances. You may think that, you're not a financier. How could you possibly handle something like this? But here's the truth. Okay, you're more than capable with the right guidance and a step-by-step approach. Anyone, and I mean anyone, can handle this and implement this effectively. So today you're going to see how straightforward it really is. And remember, financial independence, financial freedom, it isn't about all these complex strategies. Because I'll be honest, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. This isn't some real flashy, sexy, fancy thing. This is just, we're going back to the basics. What works? What's real? Keep it simple. Because listen, we're busy. We have lives to live. We can't spend all of our time with our damn nose in a book reading and trying to figure out how the hell to implement one of these strategies. That's just not feasible for most people. So we wanted something that was super simple, very transparent, clear, easy to follow, that damn near anyone could implement and have success with, and it not be a guess. Like, this isn't some theory. This is actually proven, tested, battle tested, has a long, long track record, and is guaranteed, quite frankly. And that's some strong language, but like I said, bear with me, and here in a minute, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, okay? So you're going to have all the tools and the support, the guidance, everything you need, step by step, to make this work. And regardless of your current financial knowledge, it can still work. So I know a lot of you worry about external economic conditions, recessions, market volatility, and so on. Like I said before, the beautiful part of this strategy, it's designed to thrive completely independent of all those factors. It offers you stable growth, and gives you peace of mind and guarantees and a ton of utility as an asset class over your finances. And it's going to give you a ton of peace of mind and, like I said before, control, regardless of economic climate and what you think about where the economy may or may not be headed. So many people lost significant amounts of money in their savings and their 401k plans the last time, a crash happened. Imagine being shielded from that in this like bulletproof, kind of protective coating, if you will, that keeps you completely shielded, protected from any volatility, but basically insulated is the word I was thinking of. And it's absolutely crucial, in my opinion, for long-term financial planning, and especially for long-term successful planning. So anyone who's maybe thinking about retiring, worrying about, I hope I have enough, and they've taught you is just save, and hopefully one day you'll have enough saved that you can retire and live on that amount and everything will be great. What if instead we were talking about how you could acquire cash flowing assets, and you just collected these assets that cash flowed, okay? And what if it didn't have to be you depending on this big lump sum that you saved up, but rather you had consistent, regular cash flow always coming in that you could depend on, rain or shine. So just something to think about as we continue here. So the goal and what I'm trying to get at here is to shift your perspective and equip you with the knowledge that this strategy is not just a viable option, but is the option for achieving financial freedom and having long-term stability. The strategies that I'm talking about here they're, like I said, they're not just theories. They are practical, they're proven, and they're powerful, and they are guaranteed to work. So I'm going to show you how to put them into action. And I'm going to literally take and walk you step by step through the process so you can see for yourself exactly what it looks like and see how simple it is. And not only see how simple it is, but see how amazing and powerful it is. So let's go. I'm going to share my screen here. And all right. So this is our proprietary software. Okay. And as you can see, I just got sample client here, but I'm actually going to use the numbers from one of our actual clients. Just not going to show their name. And I'm going to show you how easy this is. Software does all the work. So I don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be a genius. The software does it for us, makes it super simple, super easy. All right. So we're just going to go tab by tab. Mortgage debt, consumer debt, investments, income, insurance, and then it's going to give us a report. And then I'm going to show you a side-by-side comparison of his plan, what he was on track to do before he met us, and his new plan with this strategy implemented. And you're going to see exactly how they look side by side and a full-blown comparison. And you can decide for yourself instead of taking my word for it. You can see the proofs in the pudding, so to speak, and make your own decision based on the facts. All right. So he did have a mortgage. Now, I will be the first to say, with this specific strategy, I'm not a big advocate of using this to necessarily pay off a mortgage. It really depends on what your interest rate's at. But we have other strategies for that are also part of our plan. But anyways, he wanted to include his. So he had a mortgage. Obviously, it was, a fixed term. His principal owed on his mortgage was, what was it? It was $246. A second to update. $246,313. Okay. And his interest rate was, brace yourself, 8.5. I know. And his monthly payment was, and we're just going to keep it easy here and round up, but it was right at $1,900 a month. Okay. Now, he was not making any overpayment towards that at all. Now, one thing I do want to point out is, look right here. This is effective interest rate, which is insane. This is the actual interest that he's actually, each time he makes a payment, that's the percentage of it going towards interest. Crazy. So he just had the one mortgage. So right now, you can see right here, nothing's being redirected, anything like that. So we're going to go to consumer debt. And his largest piece was he had a credit card from Chase Bank, revolving account. Okay, his principal owed on it was $35,000. 35,000. He had just maxed it out. And his interest rate, are you ready, was 24.9. Okay. So that made his minimum payment 1,070. Oops, 1077. $1,077. But he was making some overpayment, so his actual payment that he was making was $2,500 because he was trying to pay it off as fast as he could, understandably so. All right, so now you're going to notice that all of a sudden this just added $1,400 up here. So what is that? You can see is also that his effective interest rate here is only 29%, much, much, much better. And you can see here, he has, if he continues on, he'll have this thing paid off in 55 months if he just continues like he is now. So again, $35,000 minimum payment is $1,077, 24.9 interest rate. He's making actual payment. He's paying $2,500 a month towards this thing, which is a extra $1,423. So I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm dyslexic today. He's paying an extra 15. I thought that looked like a little bit much. He's paying an extra 15 or 15, not 25. I was looking at the wrong number. I apologize. So next he has the Citibank card, also revolving, and on this one he only has a $322 balance, which is a little bit better. But the interest rate on this is 29.9. And his actual payment is $571. And his actual payment that he's making on it is $750 a month. All right. And then he has a vehicle loan, which yeah. And that is through, who did he say? Let me look at my notes here. Wells Fargo. All right. So his vehicle loan through Wells Fargo, and his principal on that owed was, and this is principal owed, was $24,886. There we go, $24,886. All right, and his minimum, his interest rate, was 12.5. So his minimum payment was $510, and he was also paying just his minimum of $510. Then, so no overpayment there. You can see effective interest rate, not great, but not as bad as the mortgage. So then he had one more. He had a Synchrony Bank credit card for $12,563 at a 18.9% interest rate, and his minimum payment on that was $324. His actual payment he was making on it, because of whatever reason, was $500 a month. Okay, and that was it. That was all of his debt. So he had total $88,000 in consumer debt. Total payments was $22,482. But his actual payments he was making each month, $3,260, which seems kind of high. And keep in mind too, we have the ability to add deferred or payments or add introductory rates as well on any debt. So, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be, it can be literally any kind of debt. I've had people with bad tax debt, medical bills, all sorts of different stuff. So now we go to his investments. All right. He has a 401k through his work, qualified account. All right. So the account value right now is right around 360,000, which we're not going to touch. But his contribution, we're going to take everything above the match that he was putting towards that, and we're going to redirect it to fund his bank. So his 360,000, he was making a monthly, monthly contribution of $410,000 or $410, and that we are going to redirect. We're going to keep that at 0. Okay, and he also, let's see. Nope, that was it for him. I'm sorry. I was looking at different ones. So that was it. No other investment accounts. He had, so income sources. Okay, so he is married, but his wife stays home. He's an emergency room doctor. So just job income. And it is right around, but you can see here we have the ability to add, rental income, just other income, investment, pension, Social Security. So whatever yours is, we can add it. His is wages or salary. So his income was pretty high. His monthly income was right around $12,000 a month. And he basically agreed to add $100 that he was putting in a savings account. He said he would stop contributing to the savings and just basically contribute to this. So only $100 out of his income, because everything else is spoken for. And the whole point is we're trying to not change your monthly expenses. So if we do our job right, your monthly expenses will not change at all. They will stay the exact same as what they currently are. So literally the only thing that will change is where you're putting a portion of your money first, because we're going to have you continue to make all your minimum payments on all your debts. And we're going to identify with this software money in your current budget that we're able to redirect towards this plan. So this is not going to negatively affect your credit. If anything, this is going to pay off your debts faster, and it's going to have a positive impact on your credit score. So he did have a current policy, term policy on himself. Okay. And it was term. The monthly premium was $120. And the death benefit was right at $1 million. Okay, so that's one thing that there's no cash value. So that's obviously one thing that we're going to have to contend with. And so you can see we came to a monthly redirecting amount of $1,408. All right, so now we're going to go to this next tab. And I have already, so basically this number is now what we're going to take, and we're going to go build our banking policy with it. I've already taken this and went and built the illustration. So now we can take that illustration and upload it right into the software, and it's going to calculate everything for us. All right. So we can say that we submitted that to carrier. See, let's optimize the pay down and include dividends. And then you can pick, this is kind of what's cool about it, is what order do you want to do the debt snowball, the debt avalanche, or a custom order where it's going to optimize the best way to pay everything down. So before I show you the report, I want to show you something else. So you can set all this stuff. So your loan interest rate, if you want to set an emergency fund first, however you want to do all this, you can. It's all adjustable. If you only want to take up to a 95% of your cash value, what your savings account rate is going to be, because eventually you're not going to be able to stick any more into the policy. You can even pick the start date, and this will, because you want to be as accurate as possible. So let's say that he was going to start June 1st, okay? So now let's look at this comparison tab, because this is my favorite feature of the entire thing, and I think this is really, really powerful. Okay, so as it loads here, you're going to see right here are two different plans. This is his current plan, as if he would have never met us, okay? And then this is the debt action plan. This is what we built for him. So our goal is to try and pay off all of his debts. And here's what else is cool is we can add in future expenses. So if we want to see how that would potentially impact something going forward, no problem. We click right here and we can add it in, boom, and you can literally see how your potential future decisions are going to impact the outcome of this. Okay, so that's super powerful as well. And you're going to have access to this the entire time that you're in the program. So you're going to notice there's two sliders. This is a month and this is a year slider. Okay, so as you begin dragging this month slider, you're going to see, let's drag it out here to month 11. So you're going to see, look, his current plan's actually ahead by quite a bit. It's actually double ahead of the debt action plan after 11 months. All right. But as you get to year one, okay, all his debts were pretty high. His lowest debt was $10,000. So all his debts are pretty high. So he's got to build a significant amount of cash before he can start paying them off. But you're going to notice as we get into year two, his current plan is actually still quite a bit ahead. But watch this, okay? As we hit year 4, he starts paying off debts, okay? And technically, this plan is still ahead, which in most scenarios that we do, this plan's only ahead for maybe 6 months, and then the debt action plan takes over. I want you to see this. We get to year 7 years, and see this tab pops up 1 month, and look at this. He is 100% debt-free. How the hell did this plan go from being ahead in year 4 to not even being 35%, 1/3 of the way done, and now we're debt-free? Not only are we debt-free, because we're taking these policy loans, as you build up cash value, we take the policy loan against your cash value to pay down the debt. Now, a lot of people want to say you're not paying off anything, you're simply transferring the debt, but that's not true, because on year 7 and month 1, this gentleman has the ability to, if he wanted to, he wouldn't do this because it'd be crazy, but he could cash out this policy today, and all his debts would still be paid off, and he would get a check from the insurance company for $10,554. Okay? Now I want you to look at this. The interest paid up to this point is pretty even. Okay? But look how much the total's paid. $524. That is crazy, because the principal paid is so much larger, because we're snowballing his debt. So as each one gets paid off, we're taking that minimum and we're acting like we're still paying it, and we're just throwing it right into the policy. Now, you see the second tab? That's when his current plan is going to be debt-free. But let's back up to year 6, and because I want to see exactly what happened. So it looks like in year 6, maybe even in year 5. Let's back up more. So right here, is when this other plan took the lead. In month, looks like right at year 5, actually. Year 5, month 1. They're neck and neck. Now let's watch what happens. So, let's see, going 37, 30. They're still staying pretty close. 39, 40. So this one is 40% done. 41, 42. And you can see he has 134 in cash value right now. He's just waiting to pay off this mortgage. If you take the mortgage out of the equation, holy smokes, he's debt-free light years faster. But let's go ahead and do something here. Let's go out to year 29, which is when he would have been debt-free had he never met us, and month 7, almost 30 years. He's finally debt-free now with his current plan. Finally debt-free. Thank Jesus. He would be 70 years old. He's 40 now. So he'd be 70 years old, and finally, and that's assuming he didn't add any additional debt during this time period, okay? But not only will he have already have been debt-free for the last, 22 years, but look at this. He's going to have $2.6 million in total cash value. And that is if he doesn't use the policy to build wealth. If he doesn't leverage it to do it, if he just lets the money just sit and do nothing. In 30 years, instead of just getting out of debt, he's going to be sitting on 2.6. But let's back up. Let's say in year 10, okay, let's find year 10. Let's say year 10, he wants he wants a new vehicle or a new house or wants to go on vacation or celebrate or what. Look at this. He's got $250,000. He can do whatever the heck he wants. Let's say in year 12, he wants a vacation home. Well, he's got $500,000. No biggie. This other plan's only 40% done. Let's say year 15. Back it up. Let's say year 15, he wants something else. Well, look, he's got $705,000. Now, look, here's what's so awesome about this. This number will never go down. It is contractually guaranteed to go up. Contractually guaranteed to go up. Okay? And let me show you what this illustration actually looks like so you can see for yourself. You can see here, okay, that he's putting 21.6 in a year. Okay. His first year, very first year, because I know you've heard life insurance is a terrible investment. Well, that's because it's not an investment. It's a place to store and control capital, to take advantage of opportunities, to pay off debt, and to leverage and use all of its awesome and wonderful utility. The very first year, 21,000 in, look at your available cash value is 19,172 and a $335,000 death benefit. Okay, look at this. By year 5, okay, let's see, he's broke even, year 5, so which meaning there is more money available inside the policy than he's even paid into it after 5 years. All right. Death benefit setting at $500,000. And look, he paid in 21.6 for the year. And look, increase in net cash value is 24,000. Let's jump out to year 10. Pays in 21. His annual dividend is 73.70. All right. And his net cash value, $250,000. But he put in 21 and it increased by $30,000. Paid $21,000, but so if you had a machine that you could put $21,000 in, and every time you put $21,000 in it, it would give you $30,000. How many times would you want to put that 21 in? I'd imagine as many times as possible, right? And look, this is the coolest part. This starts to happen in year 3. 21.6 goes in, 21.8 is is the increase. Now, another knock that whole life often gets is, they keep your cash value when you die. Well, not really, because if you notice, your death benefit is increasing every year by more than your cash value. So, okay, sure, they can keep my 458 in year 16 because they're going to give me $1 million. All right. Now, look, this is the other pretty incredible part. We started out our base whole life contract. Everybody, whole life's expensive. Is only $43,000. That is it. The rest of this is term insurance. Temporary, right? So let's look. When does it fall off? After 20 years. So let's look out here at year 20. 1.2 million. All right. But the term rider falls off now. So we drop. But look what's left. We're still left with over $1 million of permanent insurance after the term rider's gone. And here's the coolest part. Let's look at this. Year 25. He's 65 years old. His payments stop. He has $892,000 in cash value and a $1.3 million death benefit, and he's not even to retirement age yet. And look at the rest of this, 2160. Okay. This is a very powerful, very amazing strategy. This can be leveraged and used throughout your life. This grows with you throughout every phase and stage of your life. I cannot overemphasize enough all the utility of this. Now, I'm not an advocate of using this for necessarily using it for tax-free income and retirement, and this is all you depend on, but it can certainly work excellent as a volatility buffer so that when you have a down year, you do not have to take from your other portfolio assets, right? So if you have stuff invested in the market, you have a down year, this can give you that cushion you need to be able to recover, okay? That is what one of the many, many benefits. You get creditor protection. This does not affect almost all 50 states, I believe, you get creditor protection. It doesn't affect your debt-to-income ratio, your net worth. It's just an amazing asset, and it can do so many things. It has so much utility. And now, again, it's not for everybody. I do want to be clear. There are downsides, okay? So let's talk about some of those. What are some of the downsides to this? Well, first and foremost, pretty simple, is it's life insurance. You have to qualify for it, number one. Number two, and this is probably the biggest downside, is you have to have regular, consistent cash flow and income to fund the policy, okay? There are options and there are ways to set it up so that if something happens, God forbid, that you don't just lose everything. Like, you can make it work where you could take a reduced paid up, or you could, there's things you can do if something happens so you're not screwed. And here's the other cool part, is you can structure these where there's a ceiling and a floor, meaning you can put in up to that 21.6, but that's not required. All that's required is that 25, the cost of insurance. So your floor could be only maybe $2,500, $3,000 a year required, but you have the ability to put up to, say, 25 or 50,000 in, depending on how you want it structured and set up. Just make sure that you work with an agent who knows what the hell they're doing when you go to set one of these up. Otherwise, you could be flirting with disaster. And I don't mean to be overly dramatic about that, but it's the truth, and I've seen it too many times, and I don't want to see it happen to you because it is not pleasant. You do not want to be in that situation, or you do not want to create a taxable event. You want to work with an expert who knows what the hell they're doing and is very good at it and has done it a lot, and that is very important. That cannot be overstated enough. Plain and simple, period. So let's look at this report feature now, okay? So here's the other thing. You can order these in any order you want. Like I said, you can go snowball, avalanche, custom, doesn't matter. You can look right here. You're going to see that the debt action plan saved this gentleman $272,000 in interest payments alone. You can see his time until debt-free went from almost 30 years to 7.1. And look at the difference. Total payments scheduled, 800,000 to 524. Which would you rather pay back? Again, this is on a 40-year-old male. Now let's generate the report, and you can look at all the calculated data if you want down here as well. It'll show all that. If you're one of the number geeks like I am that likes to look at all that kind of stuff, but you can see it all right here. There's a whole spreadsheet. You can go through it, and there's enough numbers to make your head spin. But for right now, I just want to show you what this report looks like because it's pretty neat. So this is what your report that you get will look like. All right. It's called the Debt Action Plan. It'll have your name on it. Okay. Plan summary. It'll tell you, it'll walk you through right here. Some language says, your debt action plan uses modern banking principles to quickly eliminate debt and build wealth. Rather than focusing on diminishing your lifestyle to get out of debt, like scrimping by eating beans and rice, this strategy shows you how to significantly reduce the interest you pay, reduce your tax burden, and build wealth in a way that creates tremendous cash flow during retirement. With our plan, you could save almost $300,000 in interest payments and become debt-free in only 7 years and 1 month. Even better, you'll become debt-free without spending any more money each month than you currently are. It's not magic, it's just math combined with a few incredible strategies that can significantly change your lifestyle over time. Using the information that you provided, we have compared your current payment plan with the strategies outlined in the Debt Action Plan. Below is the savings you can expect by implementing these strategies. And it shows right here your current plan and your debt action plan. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I just realized I was sharing the wrong tab. I apologize. So this is the report. This is what it looks like. It generates you a free report. Beautiful PDF. You can download. I can print one off, send it to you. And then right here is what I was just reading. And it says, with our plan, you could save blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you'll see right here, shows, like I said, side by side. Principal, $335.84. Current plan, he's going to pay a total of almost $800,000. It's going to take him damn near 30 years. So, or he could choose that, or he could keep everything the same. His expenses do not change one bit. And he could be debt-free in 7 years and 1 month and only pay $524,800 or $686.40. Which would you choose? But not only that, this is also going to show you how we do it. It's going to tell you a little description of how the strategy works. Identify inefficient payment strategies. Make minimum payments to all your debts. Build up your cash value and then take out your policy loans to make the payments. Now, here's the cool thing, too, about paying off policy loans. Is there's no set, unlike with a bank, there is no set repayment terms with these. Okay, you pay it back on your own terms when you feel like it. Does not reflect your credit. Your credit score does not matter. It's your money. You can get access to it whenever you would like. For any reason, you say the word, you get the money, period. There's no long application process where they basically grill you and need to see all your finance. They don't even ask you what you're using the money for. If you want $50,000, you say you've got it and you've got it available in cash value. You say you want it and they send it to you. The end. That's it. There's no qualifying for it, nothing. It's as simple as that. As long as you're approved for the policy, it is a unilateral contract and they are contractually obligated by federal law. I believe it's the IRS code 7702 that it makes it all possible, and it's a wonderful thing if you know about it and are able to take advantage of it. And even if you maybe aren't the best of health, maybe if you can't get approved, there's alternatives, strategies to still be able to use and implement this, okay? Maybe you have insurable interest in someone else. All right, that's also a possibility. So it doesn't have, the policy doesn't have to be on you, on your life specifically for you to be able to reap the benefits and take advantage of this. So something to keep in mind. Okay, this right here is showing where every penny came from. Okay, where we redirected every dollar from. And then right down here, it's going to show you a pie chart showing you where all the debts, and this is what else is cool. Look at this. So this is going to show you, this is your current plan, shows you your timetable to pay everything off, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 5 years, okay? And then your payments, your interest rate, all that good stuff. Now, if you go down right here, it's going to show you the debt action plan, and Using the debt action plan, you'll be 100% debt-free in 7 years and 1 month instead of 29 and 7. Even better, you'll become debt-free without spending any more money each month. And it's going to show you your total interest saved, almost 300 grand. That's absolutely crazy. And here's what else is cool. Look at this. Shows your current payoff date. Check this out. Your new payoff date. How awesome is that? All right. So, and then if you look here, look at this. Not only will you be completely debt-free in 7 years and 1 month without spending any additional money at all, but that's not all. In 20 years, you're projected to have 1.26 million. In 30 years, 2.68 million. And in 40 years, almost $4.7 million in cash. How awesome is that? Now, this is a list of important dates, which is the date you will trigger policy loans to pay off debts, and the roll-up amount, meaning once you hit a certain point, right? So as you pay off each debt, you take the minimum you were paying towards that debt and you just roll it into the policy. Eventually, you pay off the policy loans, though. And so once you do that, you can't continue making payments. You will mech your policy, meaning you will create a taxable event and it will no longer be life insurance. That's not good. So insurance company, most of them, they're not just going to let that happen. But plus, with our program, you're in a community and you have 24/7 access to agents to ask questions. You have access to tons of resources on our membership site. And you get your own personal assigned person to you. And the best part that I mentioned is this does not cost you a dime. It is free. Let me say that one more time for those in the back. It is free. What does something cost you if you're not changing anything about your current monthly expenses? If they stay the same, but your outcome changes without any effort having to change, I call that free. Here's the other best part. It's guaranteed to work. If you work the plan will work. Simple as that. Okay? It shows you your next steps. Only make minimum payments on your debts going forward. Apply for the insurance component. Here's the other thing. The insurance policy grows tax-free. You can access the money tax-free. You can pass it on to your beneficiaries tax-free. Okay? Like I said, when I say these things have a ton of utility, I'm not, if anything, I'm actually downplaying it because I just hate when people overhype them because it stands on its own 2 feet. So there's no need to overhype it. It is an amazing, amazing asset and it stands on its own feet. And I think it's phenomenal. So anyways, I appreciate you taking the time. If you're still with me, thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I appreciate you watching this. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you learned something. Like I said, super excited. This has changed a lot of lives, and I truly believe it has the power to change yours next. So if you're curious, if you want to know how you can learn more, then you can do me a favor. You can click the button down below the video here. Okay, that's one option. Another option is you could go to our website. We have a couple of them. You can go to our free community, which is ultimatewealth.mvt.so. It's ultimatewealth.m as in mother, v as in Victor, t as in Tom, .s as in Sam, o as in octopus. Or that's our free community. Tons of resources there. Would love to have you join us. That'd be great. You could also join us on our website. If you just want to look around and want to be left alone, don't want to talk to anybody, cool. Go check our website out. Lots of free resources. MyDebtFreeAdvantage.com. Again, that's MyDebtFreeAdvantage.com. A lot of resources there. You can also book an appointment if you go to the appointments tab. You can email me directly at info@lifeprosacademy.com. Again, that's info, I-N-F-O, at life, L-I-F-E, pros, P-R-O-S, academy.com. And if you absolutely want to, I have a number you can actually call as well. If you just want to get some assistance right away, you want to skip the line, skip the appointment. Because what we're going to do is when you reach out to us, we're going to hop on a Zoom call with you, and we're going to sit down and we're going to go through your finances with you, and we're going to go just frame by frame, just like I showed you just then. We're going to do that exact same thing. Maybe you just want to see what this looks like without having to commit to anything. That's okay too, because consultation's free. We're not going to charge you. We're here to help and assist in any way that we can and make your life easier and make you feel more empowered. And we want you to come be a part of our community and a part of this movement that we're trying to create, where we live more intentional and financially empowered lives. And we take back control of the financial aspect of the banking function of our lives and are empowered, and we show up more powerfully. We create more value, and we serve others, and we just live as a community. And that's what we're working towards. And we'd love to have you join us on that, man. It'd be my honor. So thank you again so very much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I know you didn't have to. If you're anything like me, you likely have a lot of stuff going on. You're a busy person. So thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, if you just want to see what maybe something could look like, again, don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to help. I can't wait to see some of your success stories. I know, like I said, this is super powerful. It's changed the lives of countless clients already, and I truly believe it could change yours next. So again, don't wait. Go ahead and click the button down below. Join our free community. Just get involved with us. If you just want to maybe learn a little bit slowly from the outside, you could go to our website, give us your email address. We can send you some free information. Any way we can help or serve, that's what we're here to do. Okay. My name's Derek Passalacqua. Thank you so much for sticking with us here. Until next time, remember, live your legacy.